everyone, welcome to another commentary podcast. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
And today, Eric and I are going to do an impromptu commentary on the pilot for Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I say pilot. I'm sure they don't have to make these to see if then they get put on television.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works. So we're going to talk about the first episode of Power Rangers Dino Charge, not to be confused with its so amazingly titled, impressively titled sequel, Power Rangers Super Dino Charge, because that's how we do those now.
It should have been Dino Supercharge.
Dino Supercharge. Yeah, well, was it not? It wasn't.
No, it's Super Dino Charge.
Is it?
I think so. I'm almost positive. Maybe it was Dino Supercharge. That's a better title.
You know, I thought it was Dino Supercharge. Anyway, whatever. So clearly we know so much about this. I have seen the first 6 of these, but back when they were on...
about that last December, about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I watched the first couple of these. Some stuff happens, and I don't get back to it. And they didn't have that many on Netflix initially.
I do like that Netflix is putting them on just a few episodes at a time.
Yeah.
It is kind of nice that you can watch them before the whole season is over. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right now, as we're recording, the second season only has the first 8 episodes.
Yes.
But they'll probably have the rest of it.
Yeah, so
soon.
We were looking at the plot for Ninja Steel. We got kind of excited for Ninja Steel, and we were like, oh yeah, we both kind of like that Dino Charge. What if we go back and look at that Dino Charge?
Yeah, and so we are probably going to watch through if we can find the time. We're going to watch through the show and eventually do.
We're not doing commentaries for all of them.
No, we'll do a Primetime Crisis discussion on the whole series, just an overview.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Did
we talk about doing that with something else?
But we were planning on, we were talking about doing that with the sci-fi show,
The
Expanse. Yeah. But anyway, just if we can find the time, we're not going to promise that. But we decided to go ahead and go back and watch the pilot, and we thought, well, we've seen this before. I've seen it twice.
Yep.
I think maybe you've seen it twice.
I think I've also seen it
twice. So
twice.
why don't we go ahead and just do a little impromptu commentary. This was Eric's idea.
And it's going to be episode 1 and 2. Will that be 2 separate videos? Or we'd be like, hey everyone, okay, episode 1's over, get ready.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll keep it as one video.
Okay, cool.
And what I was going to say is I watched this for Crisis when it was live. Steve and I did the first few episodes, and then I think the reason I saw it again is because I was binging this to do to get back to this show so that Steve and I could start talking about it again on Crisis, and I think that just didn't end up happening.
For that.
Yeah,
we're talking about doing Ninja Steel as
absolutely.
PTCs.
We have had Power Rangers on Primetime Crisis before, but back when it was a live show.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and go to Netflix, or if this is on DVD and you have it already, get it to timestamp 0 and get ready to press play whenever I say now. We're not going to have, I'm sure, a whole lot of insight about this, and it's Power Rangers, so you can't expect too much of that. But we'll watch it and kind of just talk about it as we're watching it, and here we go. Everybody, please press play right now!
So, the big thing about this show... Ooh, that looks real bad. The big thing about this show... that does too. It was this 1994? This looks worse than Babylon 5.
No, it doesn't. Well, to be fair, for whatever reason, right now it's a little bit fuzzy on our screen.
So, the big thing with this show... Because I was excited for this show. Obviously not excited enough to actually watch the show, but I was excited for the show. Because Judd Lin comes back. Judd Lin is the showrunner from, I think, Space to Wild Force. So he does Lost Galaxy, he does In Space, he does Time Force and Lightspeed Rescue. He's like the name in Power Rangers.
That's cool. And Space, of course, is one of the big fan favorites.
Yeah. So him coming back for this was a real... They knew that people were not happy with Megaforce and Super Megaforce. This is them trying to course correct.
Mm-hmm. And trying to make it feel like Power Rangers again.
Yeah.
And not some generic thing. I don't think, at least at the beginning, and we'll see what it's like later on as we're watching the show, I don't think the villains are great.
Neither do I, and I think that's been a big problem with the Neo Saban era, is we used to not actually keep the monsters. For most of the series, we come up with a new villain that is entirely ours. Usually he looks like a human, but not always.
Yeah.
So that we can do more
Everything
with it.
post-Rita, really.
Yeah. And this...
Well, no, that's not true, because Zeo...
Machine Empire is Sentai.
Yeah.
But at least since Lost Galaxy.
Okay.
No. Obviously, In Space with Astronema and the Dark Spectre. All of that's us.
Mm-hmm. Well, Divatox, that's us.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Or do they have something that looks like Divatox?
They have something that looks like Divatox, but instead of dubbing her like we did with Rita,
we cast someone.
Yeah.
And reshot everything.
Yeah. And that's...
Are her monsters the same as in that show?
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that surround her?
Yeah, the one guy, the big white face guy
that they keep in space for whatever reason.
Yeah, he's
you mean the guy with the pointy head?
Slightly differently because he's scary in the Sentai. He's got like these scary eyebrows.
Do we always do an intro in the first episode of Power Ranger shows, or do we sometimes skip it until
And a lot of times I wish we wouldn't.
Me too,
because a lot of times we play it as like a mystery or like it's a reveal,
and we make too big of a deal out of look the costumes. Like, well, I've seen them.
Yeah.
Or the Megazord. No, yeah. I've seen that. Maybe one of these days we'll get a cool theme again.
I forgot about that guy.
Yep.
Oh, he looks terrible.
And he reminds me a little bit of Larigo, but he's not as irritating as Larigo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The stupid troll or elf guy
Turbo.
In Turbo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like that, but not annoying. But what I was going to say is maybe one of these days we'll get a cool, I hate to say, edgier theme song again.
Yeah. Well, and they did this thing where they put out.
I don't mean to be an old man, but this, like, I don't know. I don't even think poppy is the right word. It's just really genericified rock. Like,
yeah.
Where's my Metallica throwback? Like,
they put out that theme and said, like, fans, what do you think? Because Megaforce got a lot of crap. Oh, that looks really bad. You know, we just used to know our limitations of Power Rangers, I think.
Oh, I disagree. I think that's okay.
You think that looks all right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, his eyes are creepy.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what? That
detail
doesn't look
on the T-Rex, and his eyes look pretty good. Not on the T-Rex. I mean, this is for Power Rangers. I mean, I can't even compare this to, there's a dinosaur in the first episode this season of a Legends, and it looks only a little better than that.
Well, that's saying more about Legends than it is about Power Rangers.
Maybe so, but if it's on par with Legends, I'll take it for Power Rangers.
Because that's worlds apart from the first episode of Season 9 of Doctor Who.
Oh, sure.
But, where's it going with all that?
Sorry, what were we talking about?
We were talking about
theme song.
Theme songs, yes. So they put this theme song up because they knew that everyone didn't like that Samurai Megaforce just had the Mighty Morphin theme. So they made a new theme, and this is progress. That this actually had its own theme.
Mm-hmm.
And if you looked at the comments, because I asked for reactions, every comment is, it's fine, just take out the go-go Dino Charge part. Because I don't know if you noticed, in the middle of the theme song, they just do go-go Power Rangers.
Right. But that's what they've been doing since Samurai. I thought it was some kind of a mandate from on high.
It is.
That Saban's like, you have to have that. Oh, it is.
Because if you look at the comments on like
they're like, take that out.
Yeah. Everyone said take that out. They didn't take it out. So Saban seems to think, which is so weird because Saban started changing the theme song every season.
And it's also weird because who is that for? Kids now watching this didn't grow up with Mighty Morphin.
Mm-hmm.
That is the dark ages for them.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's all on Netflix. There are kids that are going back to all of them now.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's the majority. I mean, Jason loves Mighty Morphin, my son. Yeah. He's 6. But he likes a lot of the other ones, too. But, like... And then the question is, and this is such a weird thing to ask, but how many people watching these shows, what is the ratio between kids and adults that are watching this for nostalgia throwback?
Yeah.
What is the ratio? I couldn't tell you.
Well, not just nostalgia throwback. Like, I like Power Rangers. I watch Power Rangers. It's not entirely nostalgia.
It is to some degree, though. You wouldn't start with it at 20-something.
No.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. So that inherently has something to do with your childhood.
Yeah. No, you're right. I guess you're right. When you're right, you're right.
You are enjoying it on a different level.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what you're looking at. You're not taking it seriously like you did when you were a kid.
Yeah. She's annoying. I like that guy's design,
I will say she doesn't annoy me as much as I would expect she does, and I think it's just because, or she would. I think it's just because she's one of these monsters or minions that has any personality at all.
Yeah. I like the green guy's design, but...
I mean, she looks like a kid put a bunch of balloons together at a birthday party and made a Power Rangers monster.
Yeah.
I like what you said earlier, that we didn't used to keep the monsters. Like, she looks like a one-episode monster.
Yeah,
Don't you
well,
think?
I mean,
She looks like a monster that you would make grow and blow up and never see again.
Yeah, she's
the lipstick, but she's the lip syncer monster.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't look like Goldar.
Yeah. You need something that's more long-lasting and that sticks with you, and those are few and far between. Goldar, Zeltrax. I mean, you have some, but...
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's not good. So I'm wondering what we will eventually do, because again, I haven't seen all this show. I've only seen the first, 6 episodes. I wonder what we'll eventually do with the rest of the Energems, because there's, a bunch of colors. This show could have had, 12 Power Rangers.
Maybe it does.
Look at all the colors.
I saw a purple one. I always wanted a Purple Ranger.
I've always wanted that. Have we never had one?
There's one in Jungle Fury.
Wasn't that
and
an
I think
evil
we
one?
make him.
Or is it not?
I think he might be a 6 Ranger kind of a thing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But he's purple and he's a wolf. I think. I'm not super familiar with Jungle Fury.
So it's really funny. We give all these dinosaurs Energems, and then the asteroid hits, and they all die.
Yeah.
So what is it with Power Rangers and dinosaurs?
Well, you have to ask what is it about Tokusatsu and dinosaurs.
Sure, but when you just look at the narrative, because I know why we have to make it dinosaurs as many times as we have. This is the 3rd time now.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about Earth history where we keep going back to dinosaurs? It's just hilarious.
Dinosaurs.
If you try to put all these shows together, it gets really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have the ancient dinosaurs.
It's all supposed to be in the same continuity.
Universe. Yeah. And it's not.
We play real fast and loose with that, but
yes, we do. But it's not just theoretically. We keep doing shows that go back to old continuity.
Yeah.
They're token, but they're there. And of course, Dino Thunder was an entire season of it.
Well, Dino Thunder is an alternate Earth, right? It's dinosaurs from an alternate dinosaur Earth.
Oh, sure, yeah, and that's not really a problem. No, it's fossil, it's mad science. We created them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even an alternate Earth. We created them.
Oh, I thought it was an alternate. It's been a while since I watched that show.
Yeah, it's experiments that Dr. Oliver did.
Okay.
And they create all
so
that
not
stuff.
Really, we haven't gone to prehistoric Earth previously, I don't believe.
Yeah, I don't. They were always really vague about the powers of the ancient dinosaurs and where all that comes from and how that works.
Well, and in Mighty Morphin, it seems like it's all alien. Like we just happen to have dinosaur robots.
It would be really interesting to know, because of course we'll be long, long, long dead, if 1,000,000 years from now, humanity is still around and we're still talking about the dinosaurs, and we finally get to a place where we can say, 66 million years ago, the dinosaurs roamed the Earth.
I wonder if
think about it, we never add anything to that. We're always rounding to the nearest million. So we'll always say 65 million years.
I wonder if in 1,000,000 years, we'll finally have dinosaurs with feathers? Or if we will continue to stick with, well, this is what everyone thinks they look like, so we're going to keep making them look like that.
When you said if we'll have, I thought you meant in 1,000,000 years,
no.
we'll cycle back and we'll have dinosaurs on the planet and they'll have, yeah.
So I immediately like this as a setting for where they work.
I do too, and it's weird because we've been to this place.
We have been to this place. Not this place, but a restaurant like this.
There's a theme restaurant called T-Rex. There's only 2 of them in the country, and one of them is here in Kansas City. The other one is, I think, in Florida or maybe California. I forget.
Okay. It must be in Florida because my mom said that they just opened one.
Okay. So it's around theme park territory, I'm sure. And the place we've been to is cooler than this place.
Oh yeah,
because they've got animatronic dinosaurs and stuff.
There's that weird dinosaur head in the background.
Is it upside down?
I don't know. It's like half of a head. It's just on a mountain. What is that?
Why would you do that? That's so weird. But to be fair, this is a restaurant that's in a museum, so it's different. Yeah. And I like that. That's really cool.
I like that they work in a dinosaur museum. I think that's about dinosaurs.
Yeah. That was a smart choice.
Because Dino Thunder's not about dinosaurs except for the Tommy stuff. Tommy is an archaeologist. They're just going to high school or college or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, it's high school.
It is high school.
Oh, you got to watch that show again.
Yeah, I do. I need to go back to that. Well, I thought it was high school, and then I was like, Oh, but Tommy's a professor. You wouldn't have a professor in high school.
Well, they kind of addressed that. They're like, what are you doing at this, just teaching high school?
So she says, did that line work on New Zealand girls because from New Zealand? That's kind of fun, right?
I think they do that so that you'll know... Like, that's part of it, but also, you've got a couple people in the show with New Zealand accents, and if you're not familiar with that, it sounds like a weird, odd Australian accent, because it took me a minute. I've never really listened to a New Zealand accent before, and I watched the show, and I got educated about that. I was like, oh, that's what a New Zealand accent sounds like. So I think they did that on purpose because they used local talent and didn't make them fake an American accent.
Right.
But no, that is pretty cool.
Okay, so it's sometimes a problem with Power Rangers, but she's way too young for the role she's playing, right? She's supposed to be like a professor that like is in charge.
Yeah, and she looks as young
Power
or
Ranger age.
as young or younger than the Pink Ranger here.
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
yeah.
But you say that's a problem in Power. It's usually the opposite, right? Where characters look older than they're supposed to.
Not in the Disney era.
Oh, okay. What do we do there?
This?
I mean, where you just have somebody that's in a role. Okay.
Our RPM has a similar thing where I guess you could say Zordon figure. That's a really weird way to put it.
You're
But
just the mentor, right?
that's a weird way to put it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
She is the tech supply.
Uh-huh.
But she's like the same age as all of them. So I guess that's what I'm thinking of, really, when I'm thinking of that. But there's a reason for all of that. She has a whole backstory. This girl just seems like she's running a museum at 17.
Yeah, this show, I mean, as much as I love the original Power Rangers theme, this is not that show. It does not need the Power Ranger music. And again, I know I keep going back to Dino Thunder, but it's Dinosaurs, and there's things to connect it to. That show is more, and I didn't need it there.
I mean, for
oh yeah,
Power
the
Rangers?
lava's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except that person is too close to that lava and should probably already be burning alive.
That was perspective.
Uh-huh. Lava's really hot.
This looks a lot like caves you can walk around in the Jurassic Park world in Islands of Adventure, the Universal Park. I've been in caves like this.
You got to give them some set building in this show.
Oh yeah. Wait,
So-
is this the trailer for the Mighty Morphin movie?
I think it might be, except a little less chronically.
Yeah, well, and we're probably not going to call them coins.
Yeah, because they're not.
Yeah.
But we'll see if in the movie they end up being, almost becoming coins.
Sure.
If they end up actually being coins. I am so fascinated to find out what that ends up actually looking like. So I gotta say, when I watch first episodes of Power Ranger seasons, I get a little impatient.
Yeah.
A little, because we have to start it over every time, and at least now we stretched it to 2 seasons, and like that's maybe a letdown for people because you don't get as many episodes a season, but at least you live with the same characters for a couple of years. I sort of actually like that they're doing that.
Do you?
A little bit.
I don't like it. Just give me my 40 episodes, man.
No, that's fair, but like we're making a lot of shorter shows these days anyway. It doesn't bug me too much.
I would mind it less if they were just doing a 20 episode show.
Yeah.
And they were just tighter. But even then,
But calling it another name as if it's another series.
well, and we and they do this thing. They did it with Super Mega Force, where they condensed a 40 episode show into 20 episodes. And then the second season, they took another 40-episode show and condensed it into 20 episodes.
I don't like that. Yeah, well,
Because
that's fair.
Megaforce is 2 shows.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Is this isn't?
I don't think so, but I haven't seen Super Dino Charge. And there's another show, because we skip a show to get to this. So I don't know if we use some of that stuff. We skip the one where they have the leather suits, the Go Buster.
But I guess what I like about it, even if that's obnoxious, is at least I don't have to sit through, the obligatory origin of these kids finding the thing that makes them Power Rangers every time. I mean, every year. If I were watching these every year, which I'm not.
Right. That cape looks a lot better in the shadows in a cave.
Yes, it does. That's true. Maybe that's not a thing that out in the open you should be wearing.
Oh, no!
You know, I gotta say, that is the least intimidating Ghost of Christmas Future I have ever seen.
Yeah.
I like that. That's funny. Of course, Triceratops is a little smaller, but I think you're making a joke.
Yeah.
I don't think you're that dumb. Eric's last name is Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Yeah.
I bet no one knew that Eric was the Yellow Ranger, but...
As much as Cap wants to be Captain Velociraptor,
I would love it.
he's just Stegosaurus.
Oh, man. Okay, so that whole thing is silly. He's, like, reaching into his bag and hoping he'll pull out a weapon. What does he think is back there?
The shovel. I think the shovel is what he wanted.
Is that what he was trying to get in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like the goofiness of this monster.
Yeah,
I kind of want a costume like that to go to a con. Like, I'd love to be a Power Ranger monster at a con.
Yeah.
Just have these
And just like a random
big,
obscure one like
and
that.
have these big foam hands and just go around hugging people or, like, just going up to people's faces and be like, you can't get annoyed at me. I'm a Power Ranger monster. You know, get out your Morpher.
You know...
Oh, and he's kind of skeleton-y. He's got kind of a skeleton.
He looks icy,
like
but he's
him.
not using ice powers.
They're blue.
Yeah.
He's shooting, like, blue shock things.
But it's not frost.
So if you live, and I've probably said this before about other Power Ranger shows, if you live in this world, you should immediately, when you see something glow, wonder if it's going to turn you into a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of shows where, in some shows we know that there are Power Rangers, and other shows we don't.
Sometimes they're urban legends, sometimes we don't know about them at all.
Do
I guess he freezes them.
Do they randomly do it in different seasons, or is it like there's an era where their Power Rangers aren't a thing?
No, it seems to be completely arbitrary.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. And I think we should be smarter about that because, I mean, I get that it's Power Rangers, the continuity's always loose, but if you're going to have a tradition, and I don't know if we're still doing it, but we had a period where we had a tradition where every season you did an episode with the Rangers from last season. Let's be smarter about that. If we're going to do that. It's not just about the early glory days of Power Rangers.
How do you feel about gun morphers?
I don't like gun morphers. I don't care for that.
These are designed to be Nerf guns, right?
Yeah,
Like
and they
look
have
like
those.
Nerf guns.
Yeah. Well, it's a gun, so I like him. I instantly like him.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I shot a thing and I thought it would go forward, but it's flying all over the place.
So, how do you feel...
I remember that. That is my favorite line in this first episode. They've become Rangers! That's great.
How do you feel about the suits?
They're not great.
Yeah.
The one shoulder pad thing is strange.
Yeah, I don't like that. I also don't
The helmets are okay.
I don't love their mouths.
Oh, okay.
They should completely cover that area, like hers specifically.
Wait, do they not?
No, there's black around them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's way more noticeable on her.
Oh, wait, around the mouth?
Yeah, like look. Like usually it's almost like a mouth visor.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, I don't like it.
Because it's trying to make like a dinosaur face around the mask, and then they have their mouthpiece.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't bother me.
I would have just made them all black. Sometimes we did it with Power Rangers. I think those helmets would look better like that.
See, at this point, like you know about Power Rangers. He says Rangers. He's acting like this is the only universe. I mean, these are the only Ranger powers that have ever been. But if you know about Power Rangers and you live in this world, you should look at a T-Rex sword and not say the T-Rex sword. You should say a T-Rex sword. For there have been many.
At least 3?
At least 3.
Maybe 4 if you count the Q-Rex.
Yeah. Forgot about the Q-Rex.
Yeah.
We still do dinosaur stuff in shows that aren't about dinosaurs.
Well, that one comes from the past.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's not a dinosaur-themed show.
No, I'm trying to remember that. I know the box to pilot it comes from the past.
Remind me which show Q-Rex is in.
Oh, he's Time Force.
Time Force, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and I know we go back in time.
Oh, well, and of course that makes sense because it's a time travel show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I don't actually think the Q-Rex comes from, like, the past. Like, I think we just made one that looked like a dinosaur.
I also would love to know if, and I'm not going to look this up right now, but I'd also love to know if we have a different casting director in the show than we did in Megaforce, because instantly the casting is better.
Yeah.
Because I find some of those kids obnoxious in that show.
Right.
And he's okay.
No, he's good.
And she's okay.
And she's okay, too. I remember not loving the caveman guy, but that's not entirely his fault. That's because they wrote a caveman into their show.
Yeah, did we have to do that?
We didn't need Encino Man in our Power Rangers.
That's a good point. Yeah, and they play him kind of like Axe in Animorphs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he's the weird, goofy alien kid that doesn't know how our modern things work. Yeah. Or not even modern, but just terrestrial. I mean, here it's modern, but... With what nose?
That one right there.
Like, oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, that's not a great ending.
No, it's not.
For a two-parter?
Uh-uh.
Unless it aired as as one thing back to back.
And it might have.
Yeah, if it did that, that's more okay, but...
That's a commercial break.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to wait a day or a week.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to wait a week.
You couldn't handle that. And I kind of like that they say on location. Are we actually in New Zealand in the show?
Yeah.
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 That's what I thought.
That's Power Rangers.
No, that's not what I mean. Is the story set in New Zealand?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think just that guy, because she says something about
okay.
New Zealand girls. I think he moved from New Zealand.
Okay. Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and move right on now into the second episode, because, we don't want to wait, because that's just a commercial break kind of ending.
Yeah.
So go ahead and rig up the next one, and we'll give you a second
Past,
to do that.
Present, and Fusion.
I like that we still do the corny titles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I you cannot get too corny in your titles for Power Rangers.
Yeah, no.
You just can't. And, like, I like that the shows have, on the whole, I mean, not Megaforce, but and, especially in the Dino Thunder SPD era, it got a little bit smarter and more tongue-in-cheek and more self-aware. But we can still go corny and loony because, A, it's Power Rangers and that's the tradition of that thing, and it's for kids, and B, the tokusatsus aren't going to stop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they're going to do.
Yep.
We got to work with that material.
Yep.
If we take ourselves too seriously, you can't have Pop Balloon Monster Girl.
Mm.
I wish those balloons would pop somewhere. And that would
well,
be so funny.
I mean, RPM is one of the darker, more serious Power Ranger shows. I mean, it's still a Power Ranger show, but for Power Rangers, kind of darker, more serious. And that is a straight up slapstick comedy season of Tokusatsu.
I wonder if they did that just to see if they could do it.
No, it's because it was going to be the last season of Power Rangers, and he was like, "I want to make this an epic show," and he's like, "Oh, of course, it's a gag show with Zords that have googly eyes on them." And they do the best they can with all that.
But they made it work.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and watch the second part. Everybody, I hope you have it rigged up. We gave you a little bit of time. Everybody, please press play right now.
Cars is another one we can't get away from either.
Yeah. Well, and there's that really early Cars season, before Power Rangers, that we never did anything with.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of things that repeat throughout Tokusatsu.
Mm-hmm.
There's dinosaurs, there's ninjas, and Cars.
Are those the only ones?
I think those are the three big ones.
Are there any you'd like to see come back?
I'd like to see...
I mean, not everything is even especially themed.
Yeah.
You have vaguely sort of space-themed things.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I realize space wasn't based on a space-themed thing.
Yeah, it was based on a video game. That might be something to do. Although the current... the
new one.
The current Kamen Rider is video game. I gotta show you what he looks like. It's nuts. It's the most insane thing.
But I also want to see the fruit one.
We're gonna watch that one. I haven't watched the new Kamen Rider, but it looks like just his costume is the most insane thing.
Do you think with that footage we could maybe get away with using the footage on the channel and just doing a commentary on one of those?
No, I've done that.
Oh, it doesn't work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, it's still Saban. I mean, not Saban. It's still Bandai.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Bandai.
I didn't know who owned that.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do that.
We're not gonna do that.
Is he a chef?
He was just fencing.
Oh, I was talking to you. Rubik?
That's the dog, I think.
Your dog's name is Rubik?
Rubik the Amazing Cube.
Yeah. Let's watch that.
That exists.
I know. Let's watch it.
No. I refuse. I've seen the theme song.
We're watching it. I'm going to make you watch it.
Come to lovely New Zealand.
New Zealand is just gorgeous. But we can't pretend like this isn't America. Because we just don't have any place that looks like that.
No.
I mean, there's...
Oh, no!
He's going to get the dog!
Oh.
I like how the mask face is chewing on the chain. I don't like the way we cut in this show to commercial or to the intro. It's a good looking intro though.
Yeah. And I don't hate the theme song, but I might not hate the theme song.
It's starting to grow on me a little bit, I guess.
Because it followed 2 seasons of just Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Like, I immediately heard it and I was like, well, at least it's not just the original theme song. Except for here.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that. Just let it die. We did let it die. Like, can we continue to have let it die?
In these shows, but it must be in the movie. Right?
Yeah, no, that's different. That's a remake of that show.
That show, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're just saying let it die for shows that aren't that.
Yeah. Like, if that had been the theme song all along, that's different.
Yeah.
Every show has had their own theme song, and I kind of want them to go back and give Samurai Megaforce their own themes. So both of these say written by Chip Lynn?
Yeah.
I'm interested to know if that's Judd Lynn's wife, son, something like that.
Well, Chip is usually a guy's name.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know.
Maybe a son, maybe a brother.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't like this monster design. This is kind of supposed to be
He's the big bad, and that's a problem.
Is he the big bad?
He seems to be.
No, Sledge.
Well, they're like against each other.
Oh, that's right. It's like a 3-pronged war kind of thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay. So I'll start paying attention to the story here. I thought he was like maybe the Goldar.
Hey, that's something you can't say when you
show.
watch the Turbo movie.
Go back to the story?
Yeah,
can't be done.
I'll pay attention to the story here.
Mm-hmm. I forget how many Rangers they actually start with here. Is it just 4?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
I think.
Do you mind jumping around with the numbers like that? Like
No.
traditionally, so long it was 5 and then 6.
No, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me either. I just
Well, and again, what are they going to do? It's like they're dealing with pre-established footage.
Well, I guess I'm talking about the Sentai at that point, and then
they
it's like,
start with 3.
Well, those are all separate shows that have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
I mean, they did pull all the Rangers together with Megafoot. Like, didn't they do that?
Yeah. And I've never seen it, but people say that like that's the best thing ever.
Really?
Which is why.
Not the Megaforce one.
Yeah. No.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I've watched it. Oh God.
I can't think of what the Sentai is called off the top of my head, but like
the pirate one.
Yeah. People talk like that is because that is their anniversary show.
Yeah.
And people talk.
I'd be interested to know how they contrive that since those shows are not in the same continuity. Do they do it an interdimensional thing, or they
all
just
in the same universe?
Okay.
Because I know they do interdimensional with the preceding year's Kamen Rider Decade, which goes through different dimensions, and they're not even the actual dimensions; they are mirror dimensions, and you find out the whole show takes place in a mirror dimension to the actual show's dimension.
I like that. That's neat.
It doesn't exactly work, but it's a cool idea.
It's a neat idea, though.
So you get, like, whenever they go to different worlds, it's like the essence of that world. So, like, there's a show that was not set in high school, but was a complete, like, soap opera. And so it's just a high school world.
Oh, that kid was cast on Hair Alone. But I have to run off and become a Power Ranger.
On my moped.
On my green moped, because I'm the Green Ranger! See, they don't need Power Ranger vehicles. They've got a Jeep. They've got a moped.
Well, and no one will suspect that they're Power Rangers because they're all already color coding themselves ahead of time. He's already wearing red. She's already wearing pink. His car
but we
is
did
red.
that in Mighty Morphin.
His car was green.
Okay, we didn't do it with vehicles.
Or his moped is green.
That's maybe new. I like that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure everybody was already wearing their colors in Mighty Morphin.
I think you might
Yeah,
be
no,
right.
they were. I'm glad we kept that. That's fun.
Well,
I think we even did it in Dinosaurs. I mean, maybe we've done it every time.
They do it every time.
Yeah.
And they make a joke about Dino Thunder.
Oh, no, I know.
When
great.
he becomes Black Ranger, he's like, I guess we have to go get some black.
Yeah, he goes, I've got to go replace my wardrobe. Cowboys and roundups, Eric.
Yeah, who actually goes, so you live on a farm? Oh, you must have, like, gunfights, like, every day with all those cowboys.
Yeah, you're fixing fences, you're doing fencing.
He doesn't live in an old West town.
Yeah, he's not from the past.
Yep.
He's from a modern farm. I can tell, because I was on a farm.
Before.
Yeah, you didn't have to get right up on it.
But hey, they flipped an actual car.
Yep. That's cool.
And they made it leak something. I doubt it was actual gasoline.
Everybody, welcome to Counting Power Rangers. This episode, we've got one crashed car.
Oh, what if we shot it with our cool new guns?
There is. This might sound like a silly thing to say. There are Power Ranger scenes where you have kids.
That's not how that works.
No, where you have kids that are, happy to be working in a TV show, but don't really seem to like or get the material. There's a lot of energy to these kids.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They are excited to be here, and they are doing the work.
Yeah.
The Pink Ranger especially, she is doing the work.
Yeah. I like that they look like vials of, like, energy or crystal or whatever, but they also look like bullets, because they load them into their gun.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At least they kind of do something with that.
Do you mind the Morphers?
Not my favorite.
Do they?
I prefer those to sunglasses.
Yeah, I guess there's other stupider things from before.
And I also like that they're not cell phones. I'm done with cell phones. We've done them.
And they don't look like the kind of cell phones we use anymore either. So
the fantasy series
they should do
had
iPhone cell phones.
Or the fantasy series had
they
cell
should
phones.
do iPhone Morphers or iPad Morphers.
There was a thing for Tokusatsu that I don't think happened. It was like a pitch video, that would have been an app based Tokusatsu hero.
That's
and, like,
funny.
He had a cell phone, and, like, it's, like, battle mode, and, like, loading gun. That's a terrible place to put your secret passage. Kids are going to run all over that.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah, so that season would be called Power Rangers, There's an App for That. Force.
Yeah. Like Time Force. Or Jungle Fury Force.
Yeah, that looks okay.
Yeah, it looks like a James Bond set from the 60s.
Oh, you're right. It does.
It looks like an evil villain lair.
And I always like it when they're round. I don't know what it is about that. But yeah. When you have your secret headquarters and it's round. Because it's like a Star Trek bridge that's always round. It's
probably more like King Arthur.
Well, no, I suppose, but I'm talking about... Yeah, in this case. But I'm talking about just whatever your command center is.
You just like it... You just like round?
Yeah, I don't know why. He's not even the keeper, he's just keeper.
That's his name.
Yeah. Were you called that before you were keeping anything? Were you just like a comic book collector? And
he's an alien. The words don't mean the same to them.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I
feel like I could have taken just that and didn't need the first opening, 4 minutes of the first episode.
I felt that way about it, too. Yeah, and look, we're flashing back to it anyway. This is pretty stretched out, and that's part of what I mean, is that I always kind of feel like this is a little tedious.
Well, they are 5.
No, because she's not a ranger.
No, but both of those guys are.
Oh, that's right. I guess it is 5. I will give them the puppetry or the animatronics of that head.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look good.
No, it's not bad. No, I just mean,
those eyes are weird.
Yeah, they're weird, but at least the mouth moves. We've had a lot of...
That's true.
Power Ranger things where they just talk and the mouth doesn't move. They're trying there. That's cool. Sorry, what?
I like that she goes through and she's like, you're brave and courageous, like the Red Ranger. And the green crystal chose you for this. I have no idea why the pink crystal chose you. She just said, like, the reason the pink crystal chose you is anyone's guess. I kind of like that.
Well, I like that, but then it becomes an irritating plot point moving forward where she's not sure what her role is or why she's there. And I'm trying to remember what my issue was with that because it's been so long since I've seen this. But I think it was like, she actually is kind of capable, but they keep pretending like there's no reason she's... I can't remember what the whole deal was, but that got on my nerves.
So we could have 10 Rangers.
We could have 10 Rangers in this show. Maybe... And she just said evil hands. I bet this is another evil Ranger team.
Maybe. That would be cool if they used that entire other Sentai that they skipped to be the evil ones. Because they've got cool leather suits. And they could be evil. I don't think they end up using any of that season.
And of course, she doesn't want to be a Power Ranger. And I think she ends up being the leader.
The pink one?
But maybe I'm wrong. I forget.
Or that girl.
No, the pink one.
I don't know.
It's been a couple years since I've seen
here.
this. Oh, you're a superhero. You've got a responsibility to use your powers for good. Let's go, Spider Chick.
I like having a condescending boss who doesn't like you being there.
Yep.
It's different.
Well, none of these other people seem that scared. She's like, I'm scared. Who wouldn't be? I don't know that they're scared.
I don't know.
Oh, well, that turned around. That turned around kind of quick. Yeah. She was like, I just want to work at the museum. 5 seconds later, I want to help.
It's because the other lady was mean to her. It's like maybe unintentional reverse psychology. Like, no, I'm ready for this.
Wait a minute. No, I'm important.
Wait, but you're just going to have all of us leave without her. Why didn't you tell me that before you're like, everyone go?
Like, no, we need you to come over here to form the rest of this pose we're doing.
I'm sure I talked over it, but why couldn't he go? Like, I saw his crystal was blinking.
I talked over it, too. Yeah. That's the thing we do at the beginning of Dino Thunder. Volcano erupting.
Yeah.
Gotta have that. That's a T-Rex sword. Welcome to Jurassic Power Rangers. Oh, that's why he can't. He can't morph yet. It's destabilizing. Why is it destabilizing his power?
Because they share the energy.
Uh-huh.
And see, they share.
You
the
gonna
energy,
explain this to me?
And that destabilizes the energy that they're sharing because they're both using it, and it's destabilizing, and it's the energy, and they're sharing it. Does that make it any clearer to you?
Thank you so much for clearing that up. Couldn't you just walk over and grabbed it? Why does that?
No. They all did that because I thought it was cool.
Yep. That's, well, at least they have specific powers, Eric. We know that as Power Rangers, they can make their gems come to them. It's great.
It's kind of cool and helpful.
So, I like those monsters.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
They're
scary alien
kind of like the
things.
xenomorphs, yeah.
I wonder, because like I said, it's been so long since I've seen this. I can't remember if they have to like carry the guns around as guns when they're not Power Rangers, or if they turn into something else.
No, I think they do.
Because that's not inconspicuous. Because that's inconspicuous.
They look like Nerf guns. No one's gonna think those are real guns.
That's true, but you have to keep them in a bag. It's also impractical. It's a lot nicer if your morpher can just go in your pocket.
Yeah.
You broke my ice!
So he threw the thing into the dinosaur, and that made it stabilize. Because before it was destabilized.
They sound like they're in a fighting game.
Yeah.
I do not like all of this.
Terrible.
That's okay. Yeah, because it's Dinosaur Unleashed. Yeah. That's fine. I don't like all the choreography. It's like 100 things. You spin the thing, and then you put it in the air, and then you move your arm over this way, and then you pop up this way, and then you do a little jig, and it only works on Thursdays when there's elephants stampeding down the street. I don't know.
If you're not watching with us,
none of that
part
is going
of that
on.
is made up.
Well, you don't see
It
the
looks
elephants?
like a Lego.
It does look like a I wish we had those. Oh, man. So, I have got to give them props for this whole fight not being in CG.
Yeah, no, there's people in suits.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like it's actually there, and there's textures and
How
things.
do you feel about these putty designs?
I like them.
Yeah, I do too.
I like them, but I want to buy one and color it in. You know, I want to make like the tie-dye, whatever the putties in this are called, thing.
Jason's got that sword, doesn't he?
I don't know if it's that sword. No, he doesn't.
Oh, he has some kind of Power Ranger sword.
Well, he's got one from Dino Thunder.
Oh, that's probably what I'm thinking.
It's the one that it's the cool one that's a gun and then it turns into a sword.
Yep, that's what he's got. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, like this has to be in CG because he's running.
Yeah.
But it's but it looks okay. I mean, I've seen way worse CG Zords in Power Ranger shows. I mean, I would hope it would look better than it did a decade ago.
Yeah.
We have come farther, certainly.
Yeah.
Because, man, that's my biggest complaint about Dino Thunder is the Zords.
Well,
and I don't like the Zord designs in the first place, but the CG is awful.
Well, and you have to remember that some of that is not their fault. Like, that comes from the Tokusatsu. Japan is doing
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, see, now she's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's overcompensating.
Oh, no, it turns into the... Okay, so it's a gem, and then... So they don't have to carry them around as guns. That's good. But no, you're right. She's overcompensating.
Yeah, as long as she's not like that for the entire season, that's fine. As long as it's just supposed to be a character
I think
arc.
it's part of her character arc here, yeah.
I mean, if I was a kid...
He's my favorite character. He's got the Raptor Charger.
If I was a kid, I would think that that's really cool, that they've got guns that transform, and I can buy Nerf guns.
If I was a kid, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And it is a toy commercial, so give them that. I don't mind it so much if they don't have to carry them around as guns. That's just weird to me. It seems so impractical. Yes, I'm complaining about practicality in a Power Ranger thing.
So this is a season with a black and green ranger. Usually we'll alternate.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
I guess that's true.
Think about that, yeah.
So what are we missing? Are we missing a yellow?
We're missing a yellow.
So we have. Do we just have one girl?
Yeah.
Is that the? Oh yeah, that's right. Because the other girl's
ranger.
not a ranger.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why we did that. You know, match. I was just surprised that we were looking at subtitles. The subtitles wrote it out that way too.
I like the idea of someone who like just fences because he thinks it's cool, and then becomes a Power Ranger. He's like, oh, thank God, I have a use for these skills.
Yeah, it's like Sulu.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks great. That was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Oh, your power is just you're shooting things. That's unfortunate.
See, all this action is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to watch this in 2 episodes and you watch it together, it's lame because you want this in your first episode.
Yeah.
But to be fair, lots of these shows do that.
And if it aired as like a 1 hour TV event kind of
that's
thing,
okay.
It's not as problematic.
Except you don't need that scene at the beginning, to your point earlier.
Yeah.
65 million years ago.
Oh man, he's gonna break the ice.
Don't break the ice! I mean, no, do. Break the ice.
The ice is gonna break! That's cool.
Whoa! That's neat.
Okay,
this stuff's fun, man.
I really like that he does the dramatic, like, posing after a monster explodes by himself.
Yeah, cool. And that they do the Jurassic Park, like, T-Rex growl thing.
You know,
right after he takes out a monster.
This show must be so happy it was on the same year that Jurassic World came out.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Because that wasn't on purpose.
No. There's no possible way it could have been. But I bet you they benefited from that.
Dino Morpher Blast. Like, our Morpher is the most powerful thing we have.
Oh, he couldn't take the heat.
Well, then he should get out of the... Oh.
So wait, are we admitting that we are
murdering
rid of
monsters?
The last of every species that we kill? I know you think that's a cool word because dinosaurs, but...
That's a good point, yeah. And if you say extinct, please don't bring the monster back later after we saw it explode. So, we not only are keeping the original theme and using that music in the score, but we're also saying it's Morphin time. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I care for
Just be yourself.
I mean,
that's my message to all TV shows.
It's
just be yourself.
all that you can do.
Hey, Flash, Supergirl, Green Arrow. Maybe you don't all need a support staff. Be a different show. Just be yourself.
Maybe you don't need to look at whatever Marvel's doing this year.
Yeah. Just be yourself. Power Rangers, be yourself. You don't have to be the other Power Ranger shows.
There's stuff you have to do to be a Power Ranger show.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
The music is not one of them.
You've got the formula.
Yeah.
It's all there. That, I gotta say this, for Power Rangers, that their first big action scene is spectacular.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And that's risky business because you've got to go up from there.
And I like this. I really like that all the monsters are already in a prison.
Yeah, that's cool.
I really like it.
That's where they come. So he's got to go in and be like, who am I going to use?
Yeah.
Oh, and I love backing it off like that, showing them all. That's cool. But it's just, everything feels so rushed.
Okay, it's that story editor Chip Lynn.
Yeah.
Maybe Judd Lynn changed his name or something?
I don't know. Maybe you're just wrong. Maybe
it's
not
possible,
actually him.
But everyone was really excited that he was coming back.
Should we look it up real quick?
Sure, let's look up Chip Lynn.
While we're sitting here, about to end our video. Well, isn't what you want to know whether or not
they're the same person?
They're the same person?
Yeah, see, it says Judd Lynn.
They are the same person.
Okay.
He's Judd Chiplin.
Oh, why would he change the credit?
I don't know. No idea.
Okay.
Why would he just put the chip in the middle?
Okay, so Judd Lynn wrote those 2 episodes. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thanks very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave us your comments and let us know what you think about this particular iteration of Power Rangers. As we said, we're going to try to talk about this show later on in an overview.
Before the new show comes out.
Hopefully so.
Because
we
we're
can't
talking
promise
about
anything.
doing Ninja Steel as PTCs.
And hopefully the rest of those episodes come up on Netflix. Otherwise, we'll have to find another way to watch them. But,
yeah.
And then we will, if we get into that new show at all, we'll do Primetime Crisis on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just hate the first 2-3 episodes, we'll give it a couple episodes. But if we just don't enjoy that at all and we don't feel like watching it, we probably won't continue with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks again for listening. Sure appreciate it. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric, and I will PTC you later.
Bye!